Hello again, this is HQ Jones, and this is HQ Videos for You. I'm your Blu-ray baller on a budget, and happy Halloween season to everyone. And keeping with the Halloween season, I'm going to jump into my Halloween horror collection. And it's a little lengthy, so I'm just going to kind of jump into it really quickly. We have Sick Souls with Julianne Moore. Excellent horror picture. Kind of gives a different view on possession, maybe possible possessions of different spirits in one body. Sick Souls. Back in 2011, 11 was a big thing. So they had 11 movie. Following that, they had a 12 movie. And yes, even though there's not a 13th month, they had a 13 movie. These are kind of low budget. I'd almost equate them to Asylum low budget horror, but they're a fun watch. We have the insert of 28 Days. "28 Days Later" and 28 Weeks Later. An apocalyptic zombie type picture. I believe it takes place over in the UK. And do the back art. This is the back art. And this is the cover art to 30 Days of Night with Josh Hartnett. I believe this takes place over in Alaska, where they have weeks of darkness, and this is a vampire movie, so very interesting premise. And this is the sequel, 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. As usual, the sequel wasn't as good as the first. And it's the back art to the sequel. And speaking of Asylum films, we have Asylum Home Entertainment, Abraham Lincoln versus the Zombies. Haven't seen this. Eventually get around to it if I'm in that kind of silly horror type movie. We have the classic John Landis, An American Werewolf in London. And another classic, the original Amityville Horror with Josh Brolin and Margot Kidder. And I have a little special artwork. Then we have Annabelle, basically the possessed doll. And The Apparition, another ghost movie. And I believe this is the third installment of the Evil Dead series, Army of Darkness. Sam Raimi, really fun screwball type of horror movie. Then we have Angel Heart with Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro, and Lisa Bonet. This is the movie that kind of caused some separation between Lisa Bonet and The Cosby Show. I guess Bill didn't want her to do the movie because of the explicit sex scenes, but she did it anyways, and I don't think her career was ever the same after this. Angel Heart. We have The Awakening, another ghost movie with Dominic West. This is a remake of the original Blair Witch, the Blair Witch kind of mock documentary horror picture. I believe that one's a lot better than this, but this was an interesting watch. You have the cover art of the Blair Witch and back side. We have Blood and Chocolate. Kind of a Twilight werewolf type of movie. It was interesting. This is the back art. And Blood, the Last Vampire. Don't want to give too much away. I like to be somewhat ambiguous because I don't like to give little certain things away that might surprise you in the movie. But she is a badass in this movie. Blood. This is based on, I believe, a comic strip or a comic book. And this is the back art. The Blood Rain, The Third Reich. I haven't seen this. I've seen the original Blood Rain. She is not the original actress. I think I have that on DVD. I do not have it on Blu-ray, so I have not seen this yet. Another one I haven't seen, Clive Barker's Book of Blood. Looking forward to watching this. I'm a Clive Barker fan. This is old school John Carpenter. I'd equate this to the old TV series like Monsters or Tales from the Dark Side. It's I believe, three different kind of horror stories. This is a Scream release. Really fun movie. Body Bags. This is the back art. And you have Mark Hamill from Star Wars, Luke Skywalker. We have James Marsden and Cameron Diaz and The Box. And I actually hate rental copies because they don't have any extras in them. So I'll probably end up upgrading this whenever I find The Box at a really, really cheap price. Hopefully at a pawn shop somewhere. The Boy. Interesting horror picture about a couple that has a doll as their son. And they hire someone to watch their child or their doll, just like they'll watch a child. So The Boy. Wes Craven, The Breed. This is kind of a Cujo, wild dog type of movie. It's interesting. I'm not gonna say it's really scary though. It's interesting. Michelle Rodriguez is interesting in this. We have The Bye Bye Man. I'm looking forward to watching this. I've seen a lot of previews, just haven't had time to watch this. The Bye Bye Man. We have the classic horror, Carrie, with Sissy Spacek and a young John Travolta. Fantastic horror, probably my top 20 of horror pictures. And we have the remake, which is pretty good, with Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. Not as good as the original, but still a pretty decent remake. I'll give it some props. And we have the slipcover. I like this because it has a little 3D effect. You have the black blood crying. And this is the backside to the slipcover. And we have The Cell with Jennifer Lopez. It's kind of a psychological thriller more than actual horror, but I'll still put it in the horror section. And this is a sequel which did not have Jennifer Lopez in there. And the original was visually a nice looking picture. This one didn't have all the visuals and not so much the storyline either. Chain. This is kind of one of those, hostage type movies. Chained. And Stephen King's classic Children of the Corn. Bunch of pale white kids coming out and just hacking people to death. Yeah, that scares the shit out of me myself. Children of the Corn, classic. And we have Children of the Corn 2. Then we have 3, 4, Children's Isaac's Return, and Children of the Corn 5. And I believe there's some more after that, but I think I stopped at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me. Children of the Corn 6. Where is that 5? Okay, that's 5. Okay, and I do have another one. Children of the Corn Genesis. And we have another John Carpenter classic, Christine. Just the thought of a possessed car really doesn't scare me that much. I don't know, just doesn't scare me that much. But it is a fun movie to watch, Christine. The Collector. This is kind of one of those Hannibal Lecter movies. The Collector. And we have The Conjuring, another ghost movie, kind of part of the, I believe, Annabelle universe, I guess. And we have The Covenant. This is kind of a slick teen vampire movie. I kind of compare it to maybe an updated version of Lost Boys. Maybe a 90s, early 2000s version of Lost Boys. And this is the back art. And one of my more favorite horror movies, The Craft. Just a really fun, bitchy girl, high school mean girl, witch movie. So really fun movie. Plus, I love her in there also. And this is the back art. And we have The Crazies, kind of another zombie type picture with, what is his name? Tim Oliphant. I like him. I also liked him in the television series, was it Justice? Justice, I believe, something like that. The Crazies, and this is an Anchor Bay release. And another Stephen King, Cujo, Crazy Dog on the Loose, Cujo. A Cure for Wellness. This is kind of a psychological thriller. About I don't say it's a mental institution, but an institution that's supposed to be getting people well, and they're not getting well. A Cure for Wellness. We have another vampire flick with Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, love Willem Dafoe, and Sam Neill, Daybreakers. And we have another Anchor Bay double feature, The Dead and The Dead 2. I believe this is kind of a African zombie flick, so it's different, it's interesting. The Dead 2. And we have my man Danny Trejo in Dead in Tombstone, and Dead in Tombstone again with the slipcover and the cover art. This is a Western horror flick. And we have Dead and Alive. Dead Alive. Is Dead Alive or Dead Alive? Haven't seen this. I've had this for a while. Seen a lot of stuff on collector sites about this being one of the goriest movies. Just have to be in that gory movie mood to actually watch this. So looking forward to watching this. Dead Alive. This is kind of a psychological Satan thriller. Deliver Us from Evil. Interesting flick. The Demented, another Anchor Bay release from the producers of Nightmare on Elm Street. Just a really fun, another fun zombie type of feature. And I'm going to end it right here with The Descent. Descent, group of girls go spelunking. I believe that's the term for cave dwelling. And they find some interesting things in the cave. And that is the back art. So, if you have not subscribed yet, hit that red subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Peace.